Today I'd like to talk to you about another myth in student voice, and this is that more survey data equals more insight. And there's a real problem with this because what we're looking for is useful, authentic feedback from students, and we can use this to improve our education systems. But if we're just doing surveys for the sake of it, collecting tons of data but not doing the right things with it, then that's a real problem. So the reality in institutions frequently is that there's tons and tons of data, right? The problem isn't that we have too little data. It's frequently we have too much and of the wrong type, because we can be drowning in quantitative data, like Likert scale questions on surveys or run right across the year, lots of different surveys about lots of different things. But it means we can't really see, okay, what is the signal here? What are the important parts? And we've got to focus on those areas, those questions, be they qualitative or quantitative, that really give us that insight, give us the highest amount of value within a given question. So while quantitative questions are important, I think it's also really important to have good qualitative questions, not drowned out by lots of qual questions. If you have 20, 30, 40 quantitative questions, the chance of students making it to the really useful qualitative questions are very low. So it's really important to pare that down. So the other problem with sort of doing lots of surveys, lots of questions, is that the output is given equal weighting, that people want to see, okay, we want a dashboard with answers to all those questions on it. And even if it's just quant data, that's weeks of analysis. That's let alone if you're not doing any analysis on the qual data. Now, obviously, we do a lot of qualitative analysis at Student Voice, and it takes a lot of effort to do, but we can do it quite quickly because of our automated processes. But even so, if you've got too many questions, you'll have too much data and you won't know what to do with it. Your dashboard will be a noisy mess and there's no prioritization there. You've got to put the effort in up front to cut down your question set. Then when data comes out, you know what you're asking and why you're asking it, and it's easier to interrogate the data. So an example little quick tight survey would be sort of three quant questions, one qual question. So we found that to be a good balance for getting the most data from valuing students' time. So in a given, say, course survey, it might be what helps your learning the most, what's hindered it the most, what would be the one change you make for next term, and then give us any comments for context. And that would be, it's clear what those questions are asking, right? And you get to that free text comment box nice and quickly, and your chance of getting useful data is much higher than some big, super specific, sprawling survey. So what can we do next? I'd really urge you to cut down your questions as much as possible. I've seen a lot of surveys in my time, and the ones that work best are the smallest. It's kill your darlings. Get those questions out of there. Think down what you actually really need to know, right? And then always have a well-structured open text question for depth there, and analyze the data properly. So we're not looking for more data. We're looking for data that is actually targeted and actually is analyzed and is used to actually make a change.